What is up, sluts? It is Dinozords here, coming to you guys with Superhero Talk, Episode 1. This is kind of like taken from the idea that Mr. Tall Chief gave me in a comment on one of my videos. Me and my friend were trying to find a comment. We're blind bats when it comes to finding comments, though. So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself again?
Hello, I'm Marconi.
So that's what he's going to go by in these videos. We found him an alias, it's all good. So you're watching some Spider-Man 3 gameplay from the PlayStation 2, and we're going to be talking about the new Amazing Spider-Man movie, which is coming out July 4th if I'm not mistaken. We're just going to take our thoughts on a few things. Do you want to start out with the Lizard?
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm glad they're finally bringing in this guy, because, like, in the original cartoon, well, not the original one, like, the one that aired in, like, the 90s, like, the Lizard was, like, the first enemy Spider-Man fought, so I'm glad they're actually putting it in.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember that.
Yeah, and, like, I didn't like how they had, like, Dr. Connors, I think that's his name, like, in all three movies, but, like, not have him become the Lizard. I mean, like, in the third game, which is this, like, there's a level about him, but, you know, that's as far as it goes.
I think, I like that, like, they're kind of going on, like, kind of like a way that Christopher Nolan has. Like, they're going, like, with a more realistic take on the heroes and the villains.
Yeah.
Like, Spider-Man with his
Web shooters.
Yeah, his web shooters instead of the organic bullshit.
Yeah, like, people say, like, the web shooters are, like, a dumb idea, like, but that's how it was, like,
yeah, that's
first.
Back then when they made Spider-Man.
Yeah, like, Stanley was like, oh, because, you know, spiders, like, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Shoot.
But I think, even though I don't like the way the Lizard looks because he doesn't have his, like, beak or bill or whatever. I don't know what you call it for, like, a lizard, but even though he doesn't have that, I don't know, like, I think it's cool that they're kind of going with realistic looking, more organic, or I don't know exactly how to explain it, but, like, since he's a human with this, like, lizard deficiency kind of thing, kind of like Killer Croc or whatever. And, like, if you saw in the game trailer, like, the Rhino, he is, like, an organic creature too. He's not, like, he doesn't just have armor on, because there's been many incarnations.
Yeah.
I think it's cool that, you know, they're going with the realistic looking versions of the people. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that's a lot better. Like, I kind of like, and also speaking of costumes, like, I kind of like his Spider-Man's new costume better. The only thing I don't like about it is his shoes, because it looks like some kid, like, got some Halloween costume and, like, didn't have proper shoes, so this guy's, like, you know, basketball shoes or whatever.
I personally don't like his golden eyes,
Oh.
or his bronze, whatever color they are. I don't agree with that personally.
Yeah, I like that in a way, but then again, I don't like it.
I just don't think it goes with the costume, to be honest. Like, blue, red, and then randomly you see this gold fucking plated eyes.
Yeah.
But let's go into the fact that this movie and the sequels are going to be going into his parents.
Oh yeah, which is finally gonna be explained. Like, in the cartoon, they explained it briefly, but still,
It was never a true, like. I think it's good that they're, like, hopefully they'll go through it in all, like, the sequels.
Yeah.
Not just the first one, or not just the first sequel. Hopefully they'll continue going through his parents, because it's really cool that they're going through this unexplained territory.
Yeah. And his love interest is Gwen Stacy, which I'm kind of glad, because, like, not a lot of people know that like Gwen Stacy was, like, Peter Parker's first, like, love interest.
Exactly. I think because once I had actually found that out and I realized that Mary Jane wasn't his original love interest and they started him out with her, I think it was dumb that in the third movie they were like, oh, well, since we screwed up, let's just put her in,
Yeah.
you know, for this, like threesome.
Fan service.
Yeah, I didn't like that once I figured that out, that she was the original love interest. And I think the last thing we have on the bill for today, this first Spider Talk, or not Spider Talk, but Superhero Talk, sorry, is the Spider-Man's comedy.
Yeah, like, in the trailer, how, like, the guy pulled out the knife and he was like, oh no, my only weakness is tiny knives.
Yeah. And I think it's great, because I don't think, like, although in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies he was somewhat funny, I think, like, the fact that they have this more teenage-looking character it just looked like they're much more teen stars. I think with the girl, her name's slipping my mind. Who's playing Gwen Stacy? I forgot her name.
Oh, like the one Jim Carrey like in love with or something.
I don't know.
Did you see that video?
No, but
Oh.
I can't remember her name for the life of me. But I think that her and this guy just fit the part much more than Tobey Maguire did as Spider-Man. Although I think we all come to know and love him as Spider-Man, I think that the new Spider-Man, Garfield, whatever his name is, Andrew Garfield, yeah, is a good version of Spider-Man. I think he's a better take at Spider-Man than the original one, and I think he'll be better with the comedy.
Yeah.
So sorry, we're like getting used to this, like doing commentaries together, but yeah, I think really just like I'm glad to see, because Spider-Man, if you guys don't know, is supposed to be funny, not just like a super serious. It's just like I'm emo.
Yeah,
fuck my life.
That's one thing I hated about the third movie, which everyone else did too.
Yeah, and the thing I hated about the third movie even more than that is that Venom was in it for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, if they like, I know, because like this movie's gonna make a lot of money no matter what. Like,
yeah.
Like so they're most likely gonna make a sequel, and like I hope in one of those sequels they bring in Venom.
I think it'd be great if they brought in Venom and Carnage in the same movie, and
yeah, like, but I hope they get like an actual, like someone that would actually be able to play Venom, like
yeah.
Eddie Brock, not Eric Foreman.
Yeah, I do think him as Eddie Brock wasn't, although he kind of looked like him in my imagination, he didn't fit the part. I think he just seemed ridiculous.
Yeah, and I think like the Venom, if they painted him red, he would look like Carnage.
Yeah.
Like, in fact, like there's a bunch of like fan arts of that.
Yeah.
Which is actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
How like the fans like care so much about this character.
Yeah, I think that this new director is going to be taking like the Spider-Man fans into consideration.
Yeah, I think like, and I think he's like a fan of Spider-Man as well. So
yeah, I think he's more of like this Silver Age or whatever they call it, the Golden Age of superheroes, where he understands that we don't want to see what Spider-Man is dating now. We don't want to see what he may be doing now. We want to see what it was like from the 60s and the 70s when we didn't get to see comics and stuff like that. I think that's what interests people like us a lot more than, you know, what we could just go and read in a comic book now, in my honest opinion. But yeah, I think that'll wrap it up for first episode of Superhero Talk. Probably next episode we'll be talking about Iron Man and what we think about the next Iron Man movie, which has already been announced, kinda. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and we're out.
Peace.
In the Middle East.